Good morning. I broke my tail fin during an ultra bikepacking event, and in this video I just want to share that story with other tail fin users. So I was doing an ultra bikepacking event, self-supported, and I used my tail fin obviously to carry a lot of my stuff, especially my sleeping stuff and my second cycling kit, so bibs, shirt, that stuff. Now, I've been a happy tail fin user for the past 2 years now. I'm talking about the Tailfin Aeropack, which is a bike rack basically. So a frame, a metal frame, and a bag in one. And not too long before I went to that Portugal trip, Tailfin released a new version of that bag. It's called the Cargo. So the full name is Tailfin Aeropack Cargo. And I figured out that I could swap the bag I had, the standard one, with the Cargo. And I did that. I used the screws that came with the original Tailfin Aeropack and basically took the old bag on and screwed the new bag on the cargo bag, thinking all was fine. I even torqued it to spec, 5 Newton meters. I'm missing a turn here. As I was saying, I torqued it to specs. The only thing I didn't do, in the instructions it also said to apply Loctite, and I was like, yeah, I'll get to that. I still have a week before I leave for Portugal. I'll remind myself and do it. Never did it, of course. The event in Portugal called Gravel Birds, go and look them up, they are amazing. But Gravel Birds, 750 kilometers, a lot of off-road stuff, rocky stuff, uphills, downhills, and with 50 kilometers to go in a downhill, the whole Tailfin Aeropack came apart. There I was in the middle of nowhere doing a 750 kilometer ultra, and with 50 kilometers to go my tailfin just came apart. So as a good MacGyver, what I did is I used 4 tie wraps to to put the bag back onto the frame and then rode to the finish line as safely, slowly as I could. What I also did is I took most of the stuff that I had in the tailfin out and stuffed that under my jersey. So I was riding through Portugal like a pregnant circus bear. But who cares, I made it to the finish line. But I just wanted to warn you guys that if you do swap frames, I think the mistake that I made is I didn't use enough Loctite. That's something that Tailfin says you should do. I don't know, maybe it still would have come loose, I can't tell you, but at least that's my takeaway. So I sent an email to Tailfin explaining the situation, asking how and if I can get replacement screws. If not, I probably can find them at a hardware store or something similar, but preferably I use the ones that Tailfin provides, of course. This is what Tailfin sent me earlier this week. So I opened it up already. It's a huge envelope. And in it, a little booklet with instructions and 4 screws with Loctite already on them. So that's a good thing. I don't have to buy actual Loctite. So thank you, Tailfin. In case anybody wants to order them, it's the Tailfin model M5x12 CSK screws. You can apparently also buy them as spares, and here, closer look, you might be able to see that there's Loctite already on them. So here a close-up of the metal rack. As you can see, the eyes where the bolts have to go screws, they are damaged a little bit. You can actually see that probably the bag was already swaying, and it started ripping out the screws and it damaged the metal. So I hope the bolts will still go through properly and they don't have too much room that the whole wiggling thing will start over again. As well as this bit, went to the ground, went to the gravel road.
it's not too bad, I would say. It took quite a beating, hitting the ground and then being dragged over the ground for at least 10-15 meters, I would say. So that's all good. And the bag itself ended up on my back tire and got dragged there. But as you can see, yeah, a couple scuffs, but nothing too bad. So really happy with that. The only thing I'm worried about is these screw holes. I hope the thread didn't get damaged too much. As you can see, I didn't get all the dirt and grime off, but I'm gonna put on the rack again. So I need 2 of the 4 screws that I got, and I need to be careful that I place the rack on in the right direction, which would be like so. Here we go. Screw number 1. Oh, that feels rough already. Might be the Loctite, but might also be internal damage. Let's put the other one in and then use the tool. Right, I'm gonna set the tool to 5. That's 4. One more. There we go. 5 Newton meters. And that's it. That should be it. 2 screws that almost wrecked my my ultra bikepacking event. No, I wouldn't have. I would have gotten there somehow. Walk, crawl. I would have reached the finish. But yeah, checking those bolts. If you do have a tail fin, check those bolts right now. If you're thinking to go from a standard tail fin like I did to a cargo bag, use Loctite. Simple as that. Could have prevented a bit of headache, if you know what I mean. But here it is, all good again. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I actually just filmed all of that for the tailfin, and then I considered, should I add that I'm not sponsored? To me that's so obvious. I'm just a simple dude with a passion for bikepacking, but I hope nobody gets the impression that I'm a bikepacking industry shill and that I'm sponsored. Would be funny.